Hi, this is Ivy Aboaji over here. I'm here to render an apology to the crew at the airport. I am very, very sorry because upon boarding my flight, I did the test and it tested negative. So getting over here and then me testing positive, it was baffling to me. But I spoke to some health personnel and they said it is possible that you can test within 24 hours and still test positive. So I'm here to say I'm sorry because I have done the antigen test over here and it still says positive, even though I had done it myself and it says negative. We did the PCR test and it came back also positive. So I'm here to render an apology to the crew and the COVID staff that were at the airport that did the test. I am very, very sorry for what I said because there is a probability that you can get COVID within 24 hours or within 12, 15 hours, you can get it. COVID is real. Let's all take care of ourselves. I'm really sorry. Deep down my heart, I'm very, very sorry. Now, to MPLAZA and the crew over here and the doctor, the nurses over here, I am very, very sorry for what I said about this place. All you did was MPLAZA open its door they opened their doors to all the COVID patients to be quarantined. To forgive me because there is a probability that indeed I have COVID. But for now, since we did the PCR test and it came back positive, the authorities want me to stay here until I'm tested negative to be left to go home. So I am sorry for everything I have caused MPLAZA. I'm sorry, Dr. Dominic, the workers, all the staffs over here. I'm really deeply sorry. Forgive me because I was in distress. I was tired. My blood pressure is high. My mom just had...
This modern time, no. Or more good social media so in a seven preduasa. Uche muduya, imungotre. Or more, I said, 7 preduas, Mutiri Efya, impenians and biasnia, impenim diabiasnia, or more diana see a bidia, temake council, whom a dear wouldn't cora no dim trimo can or yempenim for. Intimim pebiete. Na assembly or na ebeboa ebi tina yabemo kakra. But in the first of all, ade amema mo atie ne mo amugu social media so a mo adwene ne se yedi nkontompo ne ka nokore. Sorry, yedi atimdidi ne ka nokore. Yedi aniamo ho ne ka nokore. Yedi mpanimfo atem ne kire se ya ka nokore mema mo due. Everybody should take this word from me. Mema mo due. Penimfo se nya da ba to bo atwa suo fra na mpafin bi si wo. Senya udua duaba udi apia hefomo a nya de achi na ote ahohene no ebeto no bo ase afifiri ayi ahai fefefe de ebegu nhirani a wobehunu sese ya apia no na age wasase afa saa nete timu a monwene nkwachiri na munnim hwe abrabom kura munnu baabi a munyini nu baabi a nanso mu di mpanimfo atem sene a asemu na mu be ye Ghana yie mu no hunu se Ghana kura ne se ni ti a modi adjem dedia na me ka kire mo na sem se me ma mu due ne mo da achi na mo ma de ope bia mfa so we nsa da ya mfa ntonche abusuafo anyume nkoma amene mu bedie ma hu se abaya bi firi America Eko Ghana koduru airport no kwaye no ho abrofo sem awurabasem se ya testing wa America or negative okoduru Ghana yeso or positive nti ye de ne kwa hene hotel Ghana fo suban ya ba yu ye ni no atwe camera si no ho so no obebo de wuro social media so ama obi ahu so akasa bi obra wono ankasa ni nimdi ankasa se ma woka no onni hu nimdi na ama me chance se me beka bibi na banyansafo a wodwene no ope bibi etie no ebeti no de bi ato ne tire abusuafo me busan se maako bi na mo afa ba frem adentina se wo free Ghana ba America near your COVID test or Ghana within the 72 hours near proof negative MR reporter ubedra America for 1 year report to nkuanka so ya test we negative in tibasne ko no masa ya test foforo adentina free Germany now your test now testing negative now could do Ghana Nigeria baby ya yanyi report ne form no nka so wo test ya ansa na ba who proof negative ni yesa yo test for France adentra mumusa mo se vaccine aba obi no adentini with all the vaccines 2-3 times ni nyina echi ehia maseso wa wo ngo eseso koso apply protocol ini nyina obehye mask ne ho ahwan adentini enka se why wo vaccine 3 times until we are cleared into ja mask share utimi ye bibia opadentra dia toso miensa se wo free America ekofie na wo kwaye COVID testing within 72 hours na near proof negative yeah from the time we here for the 72 hours no yeah you do check cage ya quarantine near mouse one near do akosi plane near do akọ Ghana na say wo free hospital kro na baby akwaye COVID test no wo fa nipa mu nanti ko fie ko di 72 hours no ansa no akọ play mumusa mo na mumusa mo se saa COVID ade no ya de na wotwe nenya ya de na nsa nenya ya de 42 hours nenya ana say just 1 minute ubetumi enya. You should ask yourself awira wo se bibi wo ho na munni hu nim dia na mu amabrochi semunti no be bia katachi se me kuta American passport me free Britain eba me free Germany na mu di kwaye dwesem ne mrento asem wo mu kurom Ghana munim se mu gum hu anim ase a kire se mo ankasa awo kasa no unim hwe no wabon miti abaya no na chese woye mobokra keke say sa new type of development na ba COVID mo no wo mu a enwo vaccine nko an nya bi anaso mu a wo vaccine mpo omunya bi munni medical ideas munni hu bibia anso mo kasasa ne amope abusuafo yemfa donhwere aduasa ne nya COVID yemfa bosome miensa ne nya COVID obetumi akọ checkpoint baby a ye check for COVID test no won free honru fie no wanya bi because obe pass through nipam obetena bus mu obetena train mu woni nipa bebo nsa ho train mu obi gina won nchen obi to won nchen omumu bia so obi wo bia within all this and within a minute ubenya but wonya enya within a short time 2 days 1 day na yakọ test na approve se wanya bio mumu hwehwe nyim de akire kwan aya possible say ebia Ghana test o me ye no ebia ampa we negative na so na ko proof se we positive exams bia no wa ya na say test bia ya say DNA whatever it is ya catch what say 100%. It 80%, 85%, 95%. Ni gina so kasem. I didn't think 100%. no human institution is perfect. America, Britain, Brunei, Bibinu, Obianu, and Nipep does any bien why perfect. Monty situation be as girl, no. It could be possible, say, or testing negative for America, but to be do Ghana, no, or positive. Are you possible? Because we got testing at 72 hours, no. Ya one hour, you do say cage and ball home by ya, go say, ya tamuni cage in an you do copy airport. Ufri one of any pem, ufro bus. Would you so kakura, would see from one ante, who say any pebby home. Do you know, say, nipa bi o san ho, nipa bi ane nya contact, obi obusa wasim obi anaso ni bi. There were a lot of people a woman namu their careers since woman kasa kura no. And I'm say symptom no, enya matured into no obi nso no no onim so obi. Probabilities obi nya free ho great. And this work na so omo ye test na ye catch us say why you positive? Why should you go so? We are medical doctor. Who cram machines are one cause at that moment, no, with the testing yeah. Why should you rely on the 72 hours ago? 72 hours no cry, oh yeah, you know. Over 72 hours. Who flew plane? So how many hours and so do Ghana? Within this period, no. When names it could be possible, say, development be having me. And as one test it, now almost symptom be said. Likely so a positive one because I see a protect or mind move one internal. You have to be quarantined. America honey is a go bit me at airport. I did the cameras in Israel. Yes, I was a seven as Abba and yen. Move free. Aburochira Bamukromu anamu ye. Who free Ghana now the Adrianim po Babrochira America bedru airport. Aduane board dear be yetimi to twene because if Africa. Catch was a bit there's no science. I say at the end ya test say aduane no yaribian. Ya get too good of ya. Ya money immigration people no kon. Ya money America for no kon. Money Britain for kon. Abusuan for me anti asese na egu abrochire no. Ye slaves o. Ye slaves. Ya ne ho Acquah bi te Germany a abanti bi woni ne twini Jonas a womo mo brother ne anim nyansa na menim de suku krom ko mantimi anya ho mfa so ese friend David de onim ne atem dedie fidi se wan kasa Germany ho wonim se wodi adura woni obi o de prison pe banyansafo pebra bi abobi anu a wonim abrochire so ba ya na ne gi ho so bi di aduro ye di aduro saban moa yen on necessity. Obia ni wate abrochira ban bi boa wo a wo de wo ho. I'm telling you. Odi adro na Bible ho ban ya yetimi twa territory ma. Ti so obia ma house arrest. Yes, within that territory no one try nkop baby foforo. You be in problem. Who house bandage? What did be doing? And what Germany cry Gemma who be doing any papping for Gemma about show. Who be broached a bang? Mamma men can jam sabi predu as a Benjamin phone a bread brochra or my brochre and say heaven. Yam penning food D kai a brochre Kwame Nkrumah peso somewhere 1980s 70s Satan no Michigan and your bound by years animal. And now born quackrano, or men because with some mentality into no omo anhwaso a mobra pa bi amfa nkofi ankoye nhyehyɛ pa ene wo ma bra bon wo ma wo wira be ho yemfa buru yemkwatra broche ma broche nye se heaven we sa o mobra wani mra wo ho so no wo abra bo apem sa David ne twini Jonas ne de mo pa mo mfa nsan ba bi ensuo nka sempeni force nya da betu abu atwa suo fra na da na mpafin be si wo Na nya da wo bedua adua apia no. Nya da na ne fifiri ma hunu wa ho hene. Ne bra wa ho hene mra no. It's too late for you. Abusuafo ade a ye ni hu nim de no mo yanto ye bo ase wo ho. Sa COVID problem no. America be be still intellectuals in a doctor for no class still they are in a problem. Woman who ni kasu even flu kra about kra no. Every year be a flu mrano na a virus no we different into flu vaccine de ba year bian enya de kro yes sano yes steady a virus no ne hu ni nature de ba nsa ne apahu aduro. And to me last year me wo flu short intino this year me wo boa. Ati so obem one oba akwo na nyinsa ba wase me dia me fa no ba akopɛ na me dia last month kra na me need 2 minutes kra no ya de how many minutes na nyinsa mo amu kan na ho na story bia ba school fo nkwala akogu swimming pool mu dware na ba ntia kohye nsuo na se a discharge agum nkwala dodo se na nyinsa nkwala dodo se abaya bia sperms ni bi corner se bia wonyinsa nso na ba nada kwala be dunsia asase they were all pregnant. It takes how long for a girl to be pregnant? It takes how long? And will be etiminya infected yaribe. Ya mu dwamo no be gina ho beteteam mu and then me ya test one how many minutes ago? Even plain mu kura wotena ye no. Nipa wotene nche no. Wonnim se bi oye career. Huh? Come on. Munya brochire dwani agimisam na mo ye no. Na mo ha mo ho. This same nim de. Na David no say Dr. Koboya say hwan workers be hwe de David no wa kire. Ono ana bra bwa pem a wa yeso koku a de agu kantemu na ese no. Wonnim ne bankum ni fa no. Atem de die no nim hwe de wo kire. Because vanyansani bia ni ho a o follow sa David ne twene Jonathan. The mama gene kwa nzo kakra ye sa head na hunu ye no about sa vaccine problem lady no picture na na man ko na sa David kwa hunu anim a me hwe no YouTube ne Facebook so kra etini 1 million followers no anya ne ade a won hwe de no bekwa akosie obusu afo mom ye nyai ense hunu no na problem na da ho no wonnim ne nsunsu aso onnim de keka ba ho meti ha na ba ya frame so yare o Ghana okay yanam si no o wakra kokolebu 3 times 4 times one went me an exam to be a yantimi and detect SaGA nya cancer and some me advice na mana ko herbal doctor bi ho herbal doctor no ko proof say onya cancer and some me say mana kokolebu bi na mka so one country o mo say opeso okoye cancer test yemfa no ko cancer department go so good oduru ho no na Ghana government ni Holland broni bi wo contract or cancer specialist bi and wo kwhia no you can say adena developer ma get life na ka be 6 months pe and so no akokolebu Kaneshi polyclinic wa call more than 5 times ya ne test nyina bi yantimi and detect aso no cancer. What do you know? What knowledge do you have about medical problem? Yeah, by no just go from America bentu ko gina airport years no. There are a lot of people who quite 72 hours test in the crowd within the 72 hours. Why me drew fee and so say because one man who is here, the only about a be a career what is it so be our vaccine, or say was a COVID free into wontumi builder. My friend, vaccine na ye wo no, any test na ye wo ni na munnim se ne siti on. Vaccine enkio yare o. Enkio yare. Vaccine bien wo kio yare. Vaccine yade the protective build do it tries to build immune system. Ne bi what me stand. Nti wo bi ma wo ni na so se ma wo vaccine ti na mentimi nya covid. Ntimi she mask ni ade. Nanka nurses ni doctors egu ho no. Ya wo mo anko mo use mask bio. Ya protect wo mo. Mo amudi onse hunachi na ene support wana me mamudue me ka che mo se mamudue. Mo hwehwe nimde ni nyansa kire pai. Na mo nya de mo kire kire. No ma akwala David we akwala Dino Jonas we atomo adwene atomo nipadua da bi okasa na mo bo nsire he mo nim se mo adane ayi enwanyama ama wo mo omno wo mo de mo pem wo mo sika obra nkontompo sem na wo mo ka kire mo sa David na onte Germany no otu kwan ne maame ne papa onua no hwampo wono ankasa firisi a wo ne kurom na kura ase adie wa ya sambere man poda no otimi aboa ne kurom ya wo bedi mpanimfo atem mo amudi na chini me mamudu ye wate mo se munyansa ne mo no nyam because in kwalan kitinkiti we ya an mo bra we an to bra we ya omno ye gugu na mo ma mpomo aboso na mo kaza na chese won so unim die swa go so good say nyansafo adodo na wogana they don't follow these guys na mo pollute mo nti na ma me wehwe me be kasa we na se mo di nyansa biti a mo tie ne ye girl no be gina Accra airport no wajimi onim nyansa obetimi ewu fumu. I'm telling her Jimini ahomaso asem na no wo ye no ho ya testing wo say wo fro we are testing 72 hours for America. Does it mean that you are protected, say you are COVID free? Huh? Omo be hia wo airport ho no ya mo queue ya mo show mo passport ni ade no unim ko na nim obi a condition unim obi a condition mo bo pii Okwaya dey 72 hours. What's half a nipa mu na anti nipa mu ade abafru play. Na betru an e ka che o say. You suspect say we are positive for. Near quarantine. What's wrong about it? Na Ghana airport abai na nado anyen sa hye na me an quarantine krofo a ka woni nipa dodo be wu Ghana. Huh? Mmeranto asembe na tibia be na say Ghana mu akoduru mo no. Nimdia man nyansaman te SaGA na mantia ne mabawa mo si so a ye fi se mo nso mo beba besua tetewo nyansa ne nimdie no bi na kwani mo no mo de mo ato agu na jimi nko a mo anso mo sori ana mo kan kire mpanimfo se wo ma jimi aso mo ankasa ase jimi da se esi mo yam because possibly ne kan was he who knows not and knows not is knows not. It's a fool, a typical fool, because we nim but we nim se we nim into back na ujimi no sa wontime mpa no aduro so wuji hundisi wonim obra wonim into what will happen at the long round? You'll be a stupid flaris. Esramo ukwaye test 72 hours na still try to protect yourself. Apply all protocols na hwe ohun yie. Now, ukwaye test na catch yourself we are negative doesn't mean say you are COVID free. Ade chinye 1 minute 30 minutes 5 minutes you can get it back. I'm telling you. Sa development na ba nyo omo enwo vaccine omo awo vaccine nyina ebi atimi ase anya new one bi. Nti mamo ntra ho nwamu anum. na fa yɛ mpaebɔ sɛ Awurade ma ho ban edemasi bebre benyansafo ntie wɔmfa ntona dwum wo a wopɛ no to twene na di nkwasiafo akyi na bra bo hu sɛ wo kwasia no na it's late for you for 1,000 years na menka yɛ nyina medemase.
Right, I just want to share my little experience based on the whole PCR and the testing saga at the KIA. And this is purely based on a strong experiential perspective. Some months ago, I traveled to Ghana myself from London, did my tests, my PCR test in London, which came out as negative. I was cleared to go. Got to the airport in Ghana, and I was told that my reading came out as positive. You can see I wasn't a happy person at all. It wasn't nice. It's not a nice experience. You don't wish it for anybody. I was calm, went through the procedures, and we were escorted to a health facility by a joint military and police escort. It's not funny. Got to the ward, had to sleep in the ward till the following day. But when I got to the ward, fortunately I had my testing kit myself that I carried. So I did a test again. It was negative. The following day's test was negative. I ended up staying there for 5 days. I was later taken to a hotel, stayed there for 5 days. On day 5, the test that came again was negative, and then I was released to go. I want to commend the health workers. I thought they were brilliant, and I have nothing against them. They did a super fantastic work. All the doctors, I can't mention any names because I haven't asked their permission, but they were super, because round the clock care was given to anyone that was there. Initially, I was a bit upset, and I was upset for this reason. I believe that no scientific testing can be 100%. So I felt, give me a second chance with a second testing. Let's take a second reading and see what comes out. If it's negative, let me go home, which did not happen until I was cleared to go on day 5. Now, however, I got a change of heart, for which I think we must all look at the other side. And I want to commend the government, because just as we've been hearing around, Ghana, in our own sovereignty, we also have to do whatever it takes to protect ourselves from this very deadly virus, unfortunately. So there's a gentleman that I met whilst I was in isolation at the hotel. He came in very strong, very healthy, like myself. When I was released to go, on day 4 of his stay there, he fell sick. Although he came in, he was fine. He fell sick, had to be taken to the hospital. Fortunately for him, he was going through all the processes, the medical checkups, getting around the clock treatment that he needed. So things like temperature, things like oxygen level, all of that was being done with vitamin C, zinc, and stuff being administered, which was good, okay? Now, to cut this long story short, he came in on a similar trip. We met there with 2 other gentlemen. Because he was receiving the care, it was picked up. The other guys got a negative testing at the airport and went home. Unfortunately, day 4 into their arrival in Ghana, they all fell sick. Unfortunately, one died. One of them died. So the answer is probably, if his reading came out as positive at the airport, maybe, who knows, maybe he would have received the urgent care he needed from day 1, and maybe he would have been alive. So I want to say to everyone, it's very hard. But my advice for you is, before you travel, just leave 7 days or 8 days, just in case you get to the airport and you're giving such a reading. And I also want to say this, maybe to the health workers and to the handlers or whoever is in charge of this lovely operation, if there's a way those who are not very sick are not mixed up, like I was put in the ward with other people that were very sick, coughing and all of that. So it could be that maybe, like I said, no scientific testing might be 100%. Maybe you're not that sick. Maybe it's even a false reading, but you end up being mixed up with people who are very sick. That is where I feel we can do something about it. I mean, for me, I'm being very objective here. I think the government is doing something right. There are people who have been to the UK. Day 2 tests was okay. Day 8, they test positive and they are told to stay for another 7 days. That makes it 15 days. So the 7 days in Ghana, I don't think it's too bad, but we all have to be patient and pray and hope that this one too comes to pass quickly. Thank you very much for listening.